Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. January the 24th, 2025, and we are live here every Saturday morning for the Minnesota Real Estate Show, hosted by Mike Overson of Luminate Bank, Scott Wolmering, and myself, Ryan O'Neill, the Minnesota Real Estate Team, REMAX Advantage Plus. Appreciate you joining us. Excited to be here for another Saturday at CCO. Mike, Scott, good morning to you guys. Great to see you both.
Good to see you, Ryan.
Yeah, good to be here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We are going to get into the show here in about 40 seconds and talk everything real estate and mortgage related as it relates to the Twin Cities. Going to be an exciting 2026. So we're going to talk about what that means to you if you're thinking about doing something with your home, either purchasing or buying in 2026. 612-294-6949 is how you can join the show anyway. You can call us on that and go live on air, or you can just text us your question and we'll cover it.
Excited. Cam Seamers is with us here today from Midwest Money Management. Cam, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Ryan. Appreciate it.
You bring so much positive energy and smiles, and it's good. It's good. So it's not just all guys here, guys talking all morning, right?
No, happy to represent.
Cam, she's with Midwest Money Management, one of our longtime preferred partners at MN Real Estate Show. Wonderful company, great group of folks. They've got an event coming up there. They're going to be talking about. Mike, you got a lot going on in the mortgage world, bud.
Always a lot going on for sure, and it's going to get busier and busier. We're going to talk about that during the show here, but this spring I can already tell it's going to be a very busy spring.
Yeah.
So get ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. Fun nuts, but it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy year again. 612-294-6949 is how you can join us. Comment as well, questions throughout the show. We're going to be talking about one of the biggest changes. President Trump came out with some news this week, so we're going to hit that in just a second. Here we go. We're going live on air again on WCCO. Thank you all for joining us. I hope your weekend's going well. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thank you for joining us. Hope your Saturday's starting off well. It's Saturday, January the 24th. January the 24th, 2025. And we are happy you are here with us. Happy you're joining us. Sorry about that. Scott, you want to do a little intro for me?
Sure. Welcome everybody to the Minnesota Real Estate Show.
Wow.
Trust me, we've done this more than one time.
Mike, what's going on with the mics here? Holy cow.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. We are here live every Saturday doing the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We love your feedback during the show. It is live and local. 612-294-6949 is how you can join the discussion. You can either give us a call and go live on air, or you can text us your question at that number and we will handle it. We do cover everything in the beginning segments on what's coming on new listings and also from a mortgage standpoint. So why don't we get a little bit into what's happening mortgage-wise while Ryan figures out how to do his microphone.
Holy cow. Mike, what do you got, buddy?
For this week in mortgages, boring week, very flat. We're right at 6%. It didn't move at all, really, up or down, which is kind of a good thing. We'll take some consistency like that. I know we spoke about that 2025 was kind of like the year where we get away from the ups and downs in interest rates and we kind of just level off, right? And we get slow little movements. We don't get wild movements, 1 month to the next. So sitting around 6% on a conventional loan, if you're a VA buyer, you're sitting closer to that 5.5, maybe 5.375 range. And outside of that, I think we can expect this to continue. I think we're going to have nice, easy, interest rates not going crazy at all, maybe drifting down a little bit as we get into the spring, and that's only going to help everyone out there.
Yeah. So when do you think strategically they would buy the mortgage-backed securities?
Well, I kind of agree with you. Sometimes moves like that are, a little political to get votes. So the right timing of that would make sense. We'll see. I don't know, probably sometime later this spring, maybe summertime, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. 60, 90 days out of the midterms, It's a it's a political move, but it's still good for everybody. It's going to drop interest rates, but I would think that this administration would probably do it where it'll have the biggest impact, and that'll probably be, I would think, 90 days out of the midterm.
Hey, nice to join you on the show again.
Yes, my gosh. Well, you know what it is. See, none of us can hear the humming, but your keyed in musical ear. You're
Rye and I could. Rye, you could hear it, right, Rye?
It's soothing. It's like a white noise.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Little white noise. Hey, we are here at CCO every Saturday morning. We try to have a little fun, bring a few laughs to you, especially amidst the kind of difficult times we're in. And we try to bring some good content to you. Before the break, guys, I wanted to talk about this. President Trump came out this week. He's taken action to stop large corporate institutional investors from buying single-family homes. This policy is part of a new announced housing initiative aimed at making more housing available to individual home buyers rather than Wall Street firms. It's an executive order that started. Guys, thoughts, comments on that?
Well, you know me, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. So here's what happened when the crash happened, back in 2006 through about 2010, a lot of corporate investors came in and bought everything they could buy. Well, that is a ton of property that never went back on the market because they're holding them as investments. So basically what Trump is coming out is saying, okay, all you businessmen that bought all these properties or these hedge funds, now we're going to basically kind of force you to sell them back to the market. I'm not a big favor of the government forcing you to do anything. So from that standpoint, I'm not. But from do I think it's smart for the housing market? I definitely do. We're going to get more inventory in the market. That's going to ease on appreciation. It's going to put more people to be able to get into the market. So I think it's a good idea from that standpoint.
Mike, what do you think, bud?
If you ever played Monopoly, once you start acquiring your properties and you become the biggest landlord in the game, your path to winning that game is
That's right.
much more successful. So, I mean, I totally see his point and what he's trying to do. I think it will help just your first time home buyers, your move up buyers, that family that bought a townhouse that wants to move up into a single family. It'll certainly help that situation out. It'll help have a little bit more inventory on the market. So there's definitely good on that side of the coin. Again, you start getting regulations coming in and kind of forcing hands. Kind of the open market, you kind of want to see the open market just handle that on its own.
Control itself. I don't want us going in saying, hey, you guys did great with your investment. Oh, by the way, you got to sell them all because you did too well. I'm not a favor of that. But for the overall good, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, we've got some phone lines ringing here, 612-294-6949. I got some texts coming in too. You can text us. We are live here. Had one that says, hey, guys, we love the bloopers. It actually makes my Alexa speakers go crazy. Well, you can tell it's live.
You came to the right show then. If you like bloopers, this is all for you.
Hey, we're at the first break. Hard to believe we're going to dive into the real estate numbers right after the break. Always thankful Ryan Perpich is holding the fort down with us and making sure our microphones work. This is the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Blooper land. We're in blooper land. Good morning. Thanks for all the nice comments. Cam, what do you think here?
Yeah, mostly just happy to be here. Happy to have a laugh or two.
You're newly married.
Newly married.
Talk about it. Come on, share some how.
Honestly, we're in the thick of home project land right now, which has been kind of fun. So I feel like that's always good to test your marriage a little bit. So we're still doing well, still hanging strong in there. We recently redid all of our flooring in our house. So we put in the LVP or whatever.
Ooh, nice.
Carpet. We repainted. We're doing baseboards today. Then we're redoing countertops, sinks, backsplash.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're doing a small home renovation right now. So keeping us out of the cold weather and into our little tiny home.
So happy for Cam. Cam, Midwest Money Management has a big event coming up. We're going to be talking about their annual event. Love going to it. I've referred friends, family, neighbors, siblings, everyone to Midwest Money Management. You guys, you got a great team.
Yeah, no, they're a fun group to work with for sure. And the forecast event is like our favorite event of the year. It's so fun to like have so many clients come out.
You're in charge of comedy. Cam's in charge of comedy for it. No
So,
pressure.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be entertaining. No promises. And if it's not, you can blame somebody else. But yeah, we hope to bring a little bit of information, but a little bit of entertainment as well.
So you're newlywed. So I always say that you're still in the my orange is good stage. You know what that means?
My
So go to the grocery store with your husband and pick oranges that you're going to keep and put them in your bag. And if your husband will take one of them out and give it back to you, 3 years you'll throw that one away, even though
Sure.
you already picked it and you didn't see that he had picked it.
Scott.
But when you're newlywed, everything is, oh, that's a good orange, sweetie. 3 years are like, that one's horrible. You don't-
So I do have to share a little story. Scott, I was with some friends this week who are in the process of getting married. And Scott gave his usual advice to this young couple. What was your advice, Scott?
Well, they were getting married, and I said, and it's very true. For those out there that are listening, this is something you take to the bank. So the wedding is the hard part. So once you get through the wedding, the marriage is just easy. So as long as you can get through that wedding and get that scheduled, that's what's brutal. But then it's just such sunshine and rainbows. It's just great.
Very nice, Scott. They were appreciative, by the way. Here we go. Hey, welcome back to the second act of the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We appreciate you joining us. We got Cam Seamers with Midwest Money Management here, Mike Overson, Luminate Bank. Some numbers, real estate numbers for you. New listings were down 5% year over year in the Twin Cities. New homes for sale down 5%. Pending sales also down 13.5% year over year. And then the inventory is still down close to 2%, 7,401. U.S. home ownership rate is at 65%, 65.3%. The 25-year average is a little bit higher than that, 66.3. The highest it's ever been was 2004, 69.2% of the American public owned a home. We're at 65%, guys,
Yep.
gals.
Yep. And in 2004, the reason that was the highest is because in 2004, if you could fog a mirror, you got a loan. That was back when I saw a comedian that said, I knew the housing market was in trouble when I got a loan. But back then, Mike, you lived it. Back then, that was stated income. That was all of it. That was negative amortization loans. That was the whole thing.
That was the easiest application process. It's like, hey, do you work? Do you have a job? Yep. Okay, where do you work? Here. How long you been there? Here. To 2.5, 3 years, whatever. Okay, that's all I need.
What do you make? What do I need to make? Oh, you need to make this. Okay, that's what I make.
You don't even have to ask that. You can just put whatever you want on the application.
that's what I mean.
It's like you just had to verify that they had a job and they had the credit score. On top of that, it's like, okay, the rest is fine. We don't need the rest.
I mean, for people that never lived that, it was the Wild West. Literally, it was stated income, and what that means, what that meant is, if you had a decent credit score and you stated that your income was X, then it just was.
You didn't have to verify.
Nope, didn't have to verify.
We just took your word for it.
Yep.
Yeah, an interesting time indeed. 612-294-6949 is how you can reach us at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We were talking about Trump's decision. I think the idea, again, is try to get more first-time home buyers into the game, try to get a little bit more inventory. Cam, you were just talking a little bit off air here as well during the social media in between segments here. You guys are doing a lot of home improvements, and I think that's a common sentiment for a lot of homeowners right now.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to be putting a little bit of equity into our house and learning along the way. It's been a good run.
Well, and Scott just shared with everyone his very deep and helpful marriage advice. Scott, again, you could share that with Cam. She's newly married.
Well, no, I already told Cam before they got married.
I do think I received that advice
And for
myself.
everybody listening, they understand this. The wedding is the hard part.
Yep, very hard.
So as long as you can get through the wedding, the marriages are easy. So once you can just get through that night, then the rest of it is just sunshine and rainbows, and everybody's holding hands. It's just bliss.
And we've
Oh,
definitely
man.
seen that in our last 8
Exactly.
months of marriage.
I
Absolutely.
can see it in your face.
Oh,
You
man.
shine bliss.
You do. Cam is, and Cam, I'm going to give your official announcement here so we can formally bring you on. Cam Seamers is a certified financial planner for Midwest Money Management. Located at 17316 Kenyon Avenue in Lakeville, Minnesota. Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Fee-based investment advisory services offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., a registered investment advisor. Midwest Money Management is independent of JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. Whoosh. I made it.
He got it all out of my breath.
You like that
Nothing
speed
a
reading?
short- a
That is-
short
that is-
disclosure.
That was speed reading.
That's pretty good.
Cam, you got a big event. Talk about it.
We've got a big event coming up. So we are in the 23rd year, I believe, of the Forecast Past and Present event. So Adam Hartung, the founder of our company, he puts on a presentation. It's a big macroeconomics presentation as to what's going on right now. So we talk about, what the experts predicted from the prior year, how they ended up, how the predictions ended up faring. And then we also look at economic predictions for the year to come. And we try to have some fun with it too. So we hope not to just, talk about economics the whole time. We hope to get a couple of laughs out of there too. But
Hey, so question.
yeah,
If you look at the last couple years,
yeah.
how accurate was Adam at predicting what actually happened in the future?
Oh, that's such a good question. I will say Adam, for the last couple of years, has been pretty bearish, and the market overall has been pretty bullish. But also, the market's been like super overvalued for the last several years, especially since COVID and even before that. So I do think there's like a lot of validity to that, but the market just keeps cooking. So we just kind of keep taking it. But there has actually been like a shift in a lot of overall economicists.
Economists.
we know.
Economists.
Thank you.
Yeah, economists. Yeah.
That have been really bullish or been really bearish over the last couple of years that have switched to bullish, like for 2026.
Yeah, what's different or unique about Midwest Money Management is obviously there's a lot of wonderful financial planning companies out there. What I've loved about this organization is, again, over 25 years, I have referred everyone to them, whether they happen to be a friend who's uber wealthy or whether they have someone who just lost their home in foreclosure. They're going through a ton of hardship, and they have responded with care, with kindness, with help, regardless of the financial situation. And this is a smart group of folks. You guys manage the money directly. So it's not just set it and forget it for people that are investing with you. You've got really great strategies on what you do. And frankly, I know just again from personal experience, a lot of people who have really benefited from working with you.
Yeah, no, we definitely are a little unique in the industry with our technical management that we have. So we have the ability to really be a bit dynamic in the things that we own and when we own them. It's not supposed to be predictive in nature, so we act really quickly in real time afterwards, but it seems to work out for us. And I definitely have a lot of faith in the overall process.
Yeah, and Ryan's got a better thought of your industry. I'm not a big fan of, of most financial planners. Adam and your crew, you guys, are the most honest people. And Adam's been we've known him for 25 years.
Yeah.
He literally is one of the most honest men on the planet. And when you're thinking about somebody that you want messing around with your money, that's who I turn it over to.
Yeah, no,
Not you, Cam. I would
no,
never.
for sure.
Oh,
No,
jeez.
I turned my money over to
Yeah,
Adam too.
absolutely. Never in a million.
No, we love
I'm
Cam
totally
more.
kidding.
We love Cam more. Again, 612-294-6949 is how you can join us here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Every week, we like to feature a few of our listings. Fong has one. Fong Kao has one at 3325 22nd Avenue South in Minneapolis. Scott, this one's listed for $340. It is a 4-bed, 2-bath, move-in ready. Everything is updated. A very generous size bedrooms, beautifully updated kitchen, new flooring, a spacious backyard, wonderful neighborhood. 3325 22nd Avenue for $340,000. Fong Kao has that one listed. We had, again, another text come in. Mike, maybe you can comment. Guys, interest rate predictions, again, we're still in the low 6s. Do we expect it to keep dropping here? It sounds like they're thinking of buying, but maybe not sure when.
I don't expect the bottom to fall out by any means, right? So we're hanging around that 6% mark, obviously depending upon loan type and credit score, all that fun stuff there. If we can get to 5.5 at some point this year, I'd be happy with that. Is it reasonable to expect we're going to get to 5.25, 5 flat, or even somewhere in the high 4s? I don't know. I don't think so, but there's a wild card out there. What is this $200 billion that the mortgage-backed securities that Fannie and Freddie are going to start buying? What's that going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the wild card, and who knows? That could surprise us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think that's, and you're always a little bit more conservative on this, and you actually know a heck of a lot more about mortgages than I do. I just think in terms of this administration, if you kind of follow the feeling out there, there's a big worry about getting their butts handed to them in the midterms. There just is. And so if you were going to make as big an impact as you could, I think that they'll roll out those purchases somewhere 90 days out of the deal, and I think that rates have a chance to drop lower than that. But 5.5 would be great, but I think we could see 5.25.
So one quick thing too, if we rewind to last year at this point, you were thinking that rates were going to hit 5.5.
Yeah.
Last spring, and then last spring came around and we were still a little bit above 7. So
Yeah.
you were
I was way off. I was way off. Yeah.
But a lot of us were way off.
Yes.
A lot of us had that same thought, and we were just way off. And now it's like we've come back and settled. And it's like, look, that's not going to happen overnight.
No,
we could eventually get there, but it's still going to be a slow drift.
Hey, had a couple comments. This one says, "Hi Ryan, it is actually 2026, not 2025." See, I'm actually listening. I think it must have the
Well, it
intro.
shows you
Gene,
shows you how much we're listening.
Gene K, thank you. Love you and Uncle and the whole family. Thank you very much. And then Cam, this one's for you. Karen Lunzer says, maybe I should see if my son stopped in for an internship there, Cam. Karen Lunzer, I should apply for an internship. You got any internships?
That is a good question. We have had an intern in the past, and it's something that we've talked about going forward. So I would say if your son is interested in it, absolutely have him get in contact with somebody at our firm. He could contact me directly or anybody else on our team, really. He could call our office, go on our website, and there's like a little contact us section. But for sure, it's something that we would consider. Yeah, I'm always excited to have young people in the office, whether they're, looking to be in the profession or just looking to become young investors overall, something that I absolutely love. So definitely send them our way.
Yeah, speaking of like an internship, Scott actually has received a few phone calls.
I can always tell when he's.
You can tell.
He's gonna say something funny. Go ahead. I don't want to take your.
Yeah,
I don't
don't
wanna take
steal
your
my
thunder.
thunder.
I'm not taking your thunder. Go
So
ahead.
Scott, you got a nice phone call about you over the years have done some bodybuilding, and you got a nice call from a young man who wanted to train or have an internship with you.
He did. He's actually the brother of a friend of mine from grade school through high school, and yes, it was a very nice call. And he kept saying that, Scott, you won the, when you won the Mr. Minnesota. Dude, I did not win Mr. Minnesota. This was just a local.
This was the Lakeville. The Lakeville Lifetime.
Arnold Classic. It's just a local deal.
It was the family reunion, the Walmart
Yeah.
family reunion, bodybuilding
It was the
show.
Wolmering Family Reunion bodybuilding show. I won the category of 55 to 57, 5'8" and small or short.
Yeah.
Oh boy, internships. Hey, we all need to learn. I actually had a wonderful conversation with a friend of mine from New Prague, who their dear daughter is thinking of getting into real estate. So it's fun. It is fun to have those conversations. I had a great chat with her, Lucy. She is a sophomore in college, so we talked about the business a little bit. And so it is a kind of jogs the memory a little bit. But we're already at the halfway point here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. A lot to talk about. We've got some other calls, questions. 612-294-6949 is how you can reach us. If you're thinking of buying, selling, investing, please reach out anytime. We're here to be a resource for you and your family. We'll be back after the break. Scott, yeah, we all, but I give credit for people. I think as a young person, I would struggle with making that phone call. To a Mr. Overson. If I'm thinking of getting into mortgage, I'm in my 20s. I don't know. I was not in a spot to call up, hey, Mr. Overson, I'm interested in mortgage.
Well,
You
and
know,
the thing is too, is like as a professional, like we're all so excited to be a resource to people.
Right.
So it's so funny that like, call it 10, 20 years ago, however long, like that you're like intimidated to make that call because like
right?
you're literally the people on the other side of the table are so excited to be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want a guide for success, learn how to make that call.
Yeah.
Totally.
There you go.
If you're a younger person, my dad used to always say, and I think it's very good advice. He said, learn to do things that you hate extremely well.
Mm.
And he said, so whatever job I give you, if it's one that you just absolutely dread and hate, learn how to do that one exceptionally well, and that will carry you through life. Because there is a lot of things through life that you just don't want to do, and if you don't have the ability to sit down and do it correctly, you're not going to go very far.
It's a good life lesson. It's a really good life
Grandpa
lesson.
Larry, GL.
Grandpa Larry, just but you think about that, how hard that is. Have you noticed? This is a trend. Have you noticed? People don't call each other as much.
No.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, think about that. And I know a lot of the agents on the Minnesota real estate team kind of say, oh, Ryan's going to talk about the phone call again. But I mean, think about how simple. I remember Rodolfo Trujillo, great agent on the team. He's come and hosted the show. He will scroll through his contacts on his phone. He will pick someone. He will call them and he'll reach out and just say, hey, I'm thinking about you. How's your family? How's 2026? I mean, that does not happen often. You know what I mean?
It is. It's interesting you brought it up because when everything went virtual,
Oh, we're already going back.
on?
Holy
Okay.
cow.
Sorry.
Light spot load. Hey, welcome back to the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Appreciate you joining us, everybody. Hope your weekend is going well. We do like to feature the listings. Susan Mall. Scott has one in Hastings, 1017 Bailey Street for $340,000. 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car detached garage. It's a spacious, finished walkout basement. 2 bedrooms are up. Two bedrooms up and down. A large backyard. Best of small town, but a kind of big town feel. Move-in ready, quick close possible. 1017 Bailey Street in Hastings for $340,000. Again, you're welcome to join the discussion. 612-294-6949. We're talking about use of the phone and how infrequently, oftentimes, people call each other now in the days of texting.
Well, yeah, and I was just saying that with everything being virtual, I really do believe that we were more detailed agents 10 years ago than we are now. And what I mean by that is when I wrote a purchase agreement with a client, I sat down with them and went through the purchase agreement. This is what this means. This is what this means. Now we find ourselves talking in generalities about this is kind of what's in there and just point and click. Mm-hmm. And so you're sending these purchase agreements out, where you just point and click and that's how you do it. And I mean, my gosh, when I answer my phone, I swear to God, 80% of the agents, when I answer my phone, are like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for answering your phone." Where have we gotten as an industry where just the fact that you answer your phone is like a killer thing?
Mike, you same thing. I mean, you are reachable. I think there's something about that though, being reachable, being willing to take the phone call. I know agents on the team over the years will say, "Oh my gosh, Ryan, you actually answered, or you called me back at 8:00 or whatever." I just think it shows a level of care to whoever you're dealing with.
I mean, go back 30 years, right? Your doorbell rings. You're not expecting company, your doorbell rings.
Companies here.
Companies
here. Yeah,
you go to the door.
Absolutely.
You open it up.
You slide in. Hey, we got company.
We got company. Who's here? Who is it? Now, when your doorbell rings, you're not expecting someone.
You grab your Glock and you're like, "Who's here?"
like everyone, right? You're checking your Ring camera. Like, who is it?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here, right?
Who's knocking?
Yeah.
The phone is kind of the same thing. A random number calls you. I mean, how many people are picking up a number that they don't recognize anymore?
Yeah.
I was at, just real quick, because we have some questions for Cam here in Midwest Money Management. I was at a real estate event this week, and a couple of the other agents were talking about just the transactions they've gotten over the years by picking up their phone. One of them was just an unknown number. He said he's a top agent, makes a practice of answering his phone, ended up doing like 14 transactions with this person. And so, I mean, sometimes it's just the little things. Cam, you guys are good communication wise. You guys are always picking up the
Appreciate
phone,
that.
calling, messaging. And don't you have to do a lot of stuff by phone? Like when you call people about different things, aren't you required as an industry to do that?
Yes. So there's a lot of regulation around written communication. So we actually are not really allowed to text our clients. So there's very little text communication in our industry. I mean, there's ways to go
Like at
around it.
all?
Right, like at all. If you wanted to have your like a text communication with clients, you have to have everything be regulated, which would mean that if you use your personal phone and your personal number, somebody would have to have access to everything in your text messages. So that's why there isn't a lot of texting in our industry. So mostly by email, because that's monitored by our broker dealers. And then we make a ton of like communication by phone calls. That's like so what I prefer. I feel like there's so much like gets lost in translation and written communication sometimes. Like I truly like feel like you can hear a smile through the phone. And so I don't know. That's just like how I like to do business, I guess.
Well, and if you grew up, excuse me, if you grew up in our age, I'm 57, so we were Gen X. I mean, that's all you did was live on the phone as a high school kid. I mean, that's everybody communicated that way. My son Aiden at 22 years old has never asked a girl out directly. I mean, actually walked up to her and said, "Hey, Cam, would you like to have dinner with me? Would you like Chinese food?" I mean, it's like, does anybody do that anymore? And he's like, "Dad, that's just weird." I'm like, "No, that's called."
You got to snap. You got to send him a snap.
Oh my
Totally.
gosh!
Or yeah, whatever. Actually, I thought this was funny. I sent it to my brother Tim. We were talking about, because Tim's got 4 kids. Tim and Annie, my dear sister-in-law, they've got 4 kids. And it was a young guy, and I don't know the gens real well, but he was probably late 30s, and he was doing a presentation for like a group of high schoolers, and he was talking about their language they use. So he did the whole speech in like a 4-minute of their speak with all of their slang and everything. And I tried to listen to it, and I had no idea,
No
but
idea
the
what they're
kids
saying.
loved it.
Oh, sure.
They were cracking up. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this guy knows all of our," it's kind of like the 6-7 thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
I don't know.
We
I
did that
can't-
at our
I
Christmas
can't say.
concert,
Yeah.
6-7. I'm just like, what do you think, Mike?
Well, I mean, my boys are 9 and 6, and they do the 6-7 thing. They don't even know what it means.
No.
It's just because everyone else is doing it.
Funny.
We're gonna do it, and then we were cool because we're doing it. So
That's right.
612-294-6949 is how you can reach us here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Cam, again, I just want to be sure we hit your event that's coming up. Everybody's invited, right? There's a dinner involved.
Yes.
Very low sales pitch. It's down in Lakeville. I've been to it numerous times. I'm going this week too. It'll be great to see you guys.
Yeah. It's at Brackett's Crossing, which is in Lakeville. In order to RSVP, you can RSVP on our website, or you can call our office. Office number is 651-204-3000. Or, I mean, truly, like, website is totally fine too. So everybody is invited. You get dinner. There's dessert. Again, a macroeconomics presentation. Also, hopefully, some entertainment.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Comedy from
Comedy,
Cam.
hopefully, we'll see.
Comedy from Cam. Again, thank you, Cam. We appreciate you. You got just a wonderful team. Again, it's MidwestMoneyManagement.com is how you can reach all of the great folks. And believe me, wherever you are, you're listening to this, you're driving in your car, you're thinking, I could never have a financial planner. I don't have enough of this or that. These are folks that have helped literally everyone you can imagine. Again, each week we do our Minute of Hope with the O'Neill Foundation of Hope. They have been huge supporters of the foundation, but also helped a number of different people that we've helped with the foundation. And we got some phone lines ringing here. We're going to go next to Stephen. Stephen, thanks for calling the Minnesota Real Estate Show. And how can we best help?
Actually, we're considering selling our home and downsizing to a townhome sometime this summer, and I'm just curious, how soon do we start working with a mortgage lender, mortgage broker?
yeah, that's a great question. I always say it's really never too soon. You might as well get the info now and know kind of what your plan is and stuff. And if you got to just put that plan on pause for a few months, that's no big deal. But when I do like pre-approval stuff, I usually start with the soft credit pull so we don't get that credit inquiry hit and stuff right out of the gate. But at least we can get a good feel for everything, put a plan together and say, look, realistically, this is probably how it's going to shake out. And these are what the numbers are going to look like. And then you just got time to plan and do your thing.
Is there any negative, like in this case for Stephen, to doing it, now versus next month versus waiting?
I mean, I honestly, I feel no. I don't think there's any negative, right? It's always good to see where you're at now. And it's like,
and
if
then
you're
the only thing that needs to be updated is your up-to-date pay stubs and anything like that.
stuff like that, right? But it's like, okay, it's like if here's where you're at today, and if like you have the same job, the same income, your credit's the same, and all that stuff, and you're ready to go, this is how it's going to work out, and this is how it's going to look. But starting early gives you time to plan. So it's like if we see something, be like, okay, like if we can do this and this and that before you make this move, this is the type of position you'll be in. So let's work on those over the next couple months while you're getting ready for this, and then you're in a better position.
Stephen, where are you looking to move to, or just a long time home? You're thinking of kind of downsizing?
We've actually been here just a couple of years. We worked with Mike and before, and Mike Weirig was our agent.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Yeah, and so we're considering moving from Cambridge to like the Coon Rapids area, Ramsey, somewhere in there.
Well, very nice.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of starting sooner versus later because it always happens, and Scott can echo this too. It's like as soon as you start thinking you're going to buy a house, right? Then you kind of start looking online. Before you know it, you're going to find the one you want.
the perfect one.
It's going to be the perfect one, the one that you want. You found it sooner than what you actually want to move, but it's the perfect one, so you want to make a move now. It happens all the time.
And then you're jumping through hoops.
Right.
Yeah, Stephen, thanks for calling us. Appreciate the kind note about Mike Weirig, too, a longtime agent on the Minnesota real estate team. Just a great guy. Mike is a great guy, wonderful. He's originally his family's from Bloomington too. We've got a lot of kind of connection with Bloomington and his work he's done at St. Bonaventure over there. He's just a really good guy. But Mike, sounds like you helped him out here too as well.
Yeah, I remember Stephen. So thanks for listening and connecting again. It's great.
Yeah, that reminds me of Stephen's question about who do you think this market? I'll put the question out to all you guys. So who do you think is we talk a lot on the show about the best 1-2 punches, meaning you're selling in this situation and you're buying in this situation. So what do you think the best 1-2 punch situation for people listening is going into 2026?
I think this is not a 1-2 punch, but I think buying your first home. I think this is a wonderful time to do that. Or again, this panel that we did this week was about real estate investing or investing in real estate. I think there's never a better time than the present to look at buying investment property. I've shared this story, but just real briefly, when I was looking to get into investment property in the early 2000s, I met with a friend and I had done all kinds of research and analysis and strategy. And he looked at me across the table and he said, Ryan, we were having lunch down in New Prague. He said, you need to buy something. And I said, well, what does that mean? Come on.
It means go buy something.
Yeah. So it was good advice as a real estate investor. So sorry to dominate, but first time home buyer investor, never a better time to buy. How about you guys? What do you think?
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of what, like a lot of times it's the move up buyer, right? I'm going to sell at this price point because those lower price points seem to appreciate a little bit quicker, right?
Yeah.
And then the higher price points don't appreciate quite as fast. So that's typically the best 1-2 punch. But I know that upper bracket home, you get in that $1 million to $1.5 million bracket has actually moved quickly and very well.
Crazy last year.
So I'm just trying to think, like, what market are you buying into that would be quote unquote the deal now? That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it still falls in line with what you were originally going through. I still think it's anybody that's selling under 500,000 because you're going to max out the absolute max that you could possibly get on your house. You're going to get under that $500,000 price range. And then, actually staying a little bit below that million range. Yeah. But that 700 to 900 was not the same as over $1 million. There was a little squishy, that 700 to 900 range. And I tend to think that that's probably going to be there because we're going to have a lot of people that refinanced in 2020, 2021. Now the rates are getting a little bit closer. So they want to get out. It's been 5 years. They want to go into something else. So I think that's going to be the good move. And if they're buying into that, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 range, I think you're still getting a better deal.
Yeah, 612-294-6949. Appreciate you joining us here at the Minnesota Real Estate Show. Hope your weekend is going well and you're staying warm. We'll be back after the break.
Or another one I was thinking about was anybody that's buying into something specific. So let's say you're selling in that under 500 range, and you're buying on acreage. Where it's you don't have the pressure on acreage because it's more of a specific buyer. And so I think those are going to be some pretty good values. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. 612-294-6949. Kim, what else do you have for us, friend? Not to throw you on the spot here, but
No,
any
you're
other
great.
tips, strategies, best practices,
Yeah.
thoughts for anyone?
Turn of the new year, so we're entering into tax season. Midwest Money Management, we don't prepare taxes in-house, but we do a whole host of tax planning. So this is like a really busy time of year for us just because we're doing a lot of different tax analysis, tax moves, all of that kind of stuff, in addition to your normal investments, retirement planning, education planning, all of that. So if you've got any tax questions, feel free to give us a call.
So we're into the new year, but you can still do some stuff,
Exactly. Yep.
right? For 25.
Yep. So a couple accounts that you can still fund in 2026 up until tax day for tax year 2025 would be a Roth IRA, and a traditional IRA, a health savings account. All three of those could be funded up until tax day for the prior year.
Nice.
Had a nice comment. It says, Scott, you are the GOAT.
What is that?
Thank you, Joel.
Minnesota.
Thank you, Joel. Yeah, Scott.
You know what is so funny? Shows you how old I am.
Yeah.
So when I brought Savannah to, it was when I trained for the first show. So I was 48 years old. And so we were at her spring break in Mexico. And so all the degenerate teenagers are all in a pool just hammered, all play, all whatever. And then when I would walk by, her buddies would all yell, "You're the GOAT, you're the GOAT." So I had to,
You're the
I had to
GOAT.
call Jen because I was like, "Hey, everybody keeps saying you're the GOAT, you're the GOAT. What is that?" And this is 10 years ago. She's like, and she told me, I had no idea what it even was.
You're the GOAT.
Love it.
So that's very, very sweet. I think opinions vary, but I appreciate it.
Okay. Cam, any football fans in your household?
Nick is a big football
Oh,
fan.
Nick is a
but
big
he's
fan.
Specifically a big Vikings fan. So it was a tough year for us, but
So is he going to be watching tomorrow?
he will be watching tomorrow. Yes, we're still playing football in our house.
Big
Yeah.
day tomorrow.
Yep.
So what do you think with the Burrow talks?
Burrow, what's the
saw
Burrow?
that. I wasn't sure if that was
No,
legit or not.
It's legit.
What do you mean Burrow talks?
Love it.
They're looking at trading
Bring it.
two first-round picks and JJ McCarthy to Cincinnati for Joe Burrows.
Really?
I'm all in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I'm living under a rock.
Yes.
Well, you live in a closet. That's what I always say. You're actually out there doing the good work. You're not soaking in all the daily crap.
Okay, here we go. We're going back live on air. Welcome back to the final segment of the Minnesota Real Estate Show. We appreciate you joining us. We've got an open house today, Scott, on 1245 Sherburne Avenue in St. Paul. Amy Stein, top agent on the Minnesota Real Estate team, is going to be there from 11 to 2. $309,000 is the price of this home. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath home. It's got hardwood floors, stunning built-ins in both the dining and living rooms, completely remodeled bathroom, roof to the electrical. The home has been thoughtfully updated. It's a fully fenced yard, 2-car garage. Again, open house today, 1245 Sherburne Avenue in St. Paul for $309,000. Be sure to check that out. Every show, I do always like to mention, too, again, all of our good friends at Luminate Bank. They are a local bank. They are paying out, 3%, 3.5%? I always forget, on your savings.
Yep. 3.5% right now on our savings. So no minimum balance needed. It's just, that's what you get. 3.5%. Very easy. Our checking account pays out 2%, which is about 4 times as much as most of the banks pay out on their savings.
Yep.
Who's paying out 2% on a checking account right now? I think we're the only ones that I know of. So yeah, if you want that if you want good return of money, you want that just local bank feel. I mean, we're your spot for you.
Yeah, Illuminate Bank, local partner, and again, we're going to be seeing some multiple offers this spring here. I can feel it already. One of the reasons we work with Mike and his team, they are well known by all of our friends at Edina Realty, Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, all of the companies. Mike and his team have a wonderful reputation, and that helps. That helps you as a buyer when you're making that offer on that first house you're buying in Bloomington, in Blaine, in wherever, working with a trusted lender. There's a method to the madness. Okay, so it's important. Plug in with Mike and his team, Scott.
Yeah, and understand that if you didn't hear it, I'm going to say it again. It is absolutely imperative that if you are writing in a multiple offer situation, which we have 7,400 homes on the market, we're going to have 6,000 probably by February, 18,000 is balanced. So it's going to explode as we move into the spring here. Working with a local lender, Mike, obviously is who I would suggest. But anyways, somebody local puts you at the top of the list. If I've got 15 offers, and I won't even name them all, but you know them, all the online lenders, and those automatically go to the bottom of the pile. Why? Because they don't close on time. Their appraisals are wacky because they're out of state ordering in here if they don't know what they're doing. It's a mess.
Communication's terrible.
Yeah, communication's terrible. So again, when you are trying to put your offer as the best offer, if you're not working with a good local lender, you're not going to get a house.
Hey, Mike, you got a great teammate as well, Charlie Dufour, up on the north end. You guys are covering all of the Twin Cities.
Yeah, so he's working on his 10 right now. He's on a cruise.
Oh my God.
He just commented. He's watching our social media stream. Yeah.
He's on a cruise.
Hey.
He's probably coming back. He probably gets back tomorrow, I'm guessing, is when he comes back. But yeah, it's a 10-day cruise. I think he got it comp too because his daughter or his son, they got into like social media, like I can't remember exactly what it is, right? But anyway, so this cruise line basically brought them on and said you can bring some family if you come do this stuff, your social media on the cruise itself.
That's crazy.
So it was such a great opportunity there, to go on a cruise. So he's on there with his family. He's been there for 10 days. And so now we'll see what type of tan he's got when he comes back.
Hey, I got to give a shout out again. Mr. Wolmering, Scott Wolmering, qualified for the Minnesota Real Estate Team top producer trip. We are going next weekend. It is a fun little trip we do. If an agent sells a certain amount, helps enough people, they and a guest go on the trip. Next weekend, there are 25 couples going to Punta Cana. Scott, nice work, young man. Well done, and looking forward to having a little fun. Mike's got to hold down the fort next weekend on the show, Scott.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to be here on your own with. We'll get somebody from the team to come. Hey, this is interesting.
No response. I mean, that was really nice.
I'm sorry, I was sidetracked because this is unusual. So my Aunt Kathy, my favorite Aunt Kathy, is listening to the show, and we had a listing that was on Bailey Street in Hastings, and she just said that is we grew up at 808 Bailey Street. So my dad and her and Uncle Chuck. Grew up on Bailey Street. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for listening, Kathy.
Bailey. One other quick note I wanted to mention. This past week, guys, was my dear late father, Bob O'Neill's birthday in heaven. Dad would have got a big kick out of the Minnesota Real Estate Show. He would have been great to have on air before Dad passed. My brother Tim, actually, Dad loved to sing. We ended up recording Dad singing a number of Irish songs. He went in studio, and so Dad would have gave you a run for your money, Scott. I think he would have kept you on your toes.
I'm sure he would. Well, I remember your concert 2 years ago. Your dad actually sung
"When Irish Eyes Are Smiling."
My Irish Eyes Are Smiling, and then his grandkids accompanied him. So he was on the big screen.
Yeah,
he's passed away. But his grandkids accompanied them. It was super
magical.
Cool.
Yeah,
that was super cool.
Yeah, very fun. So thinking of you, Dad. Thinking of you, Mom, and the whole family. It's important to, I wanted to give a little shout out to Dad. Cam, we so appreciate you being with us here, keeping us three folks in line as well. Give a time and information on your event.
Yes. So our event is this coming Thursday. It's at Brackett's Crossing in Lakeville. Registration starts at 6 and the presentation starts at 6:30, runs about an hour. dinner, dessert, economics, and a little bit of entertainment, maybe.
So if we have many billionaires that listen to the show. So if there's somebody out
Bring 'em all
there,
here.
yeah, if there's
Bring 'em all
somebody
in.
out there and they're like, I need to get in touch with Cam and put my billions to work, how do they reach you?
Yes. So you can either go to our website, which is midwestmoneymanagement.com, or you can give us a call. Office number is 651-204-3000.
Hey, one other comment on social media. Jamie Novak just commented, awesome agent. Love her and her husband, Justin. And Scott, you gave some nice compliments to her this week. She was at our training.
Yeah, she's just she's a top notch. She's got one of the intangibles that I believe you need in real estate to be a superstar, which she's got all of them. But the one that she has that just comes commonly is you're just drawn to her. She has a very nice way about her. Very direct. You're going to get the job done. But you're drawn to her. She's a top.
She says she's excited for the trip. And Mike, last thoughts for folks. Again, encourage fellow agents, everyone reach out to Luminate Bank.
Yep. So going to be a busy spring. To help those multiple offers, we offer a $15,000 close on time guarantee where we pay the seller $15,000 if we don't close on time. So that will help your offer stick out. We also offer some money off closing costs. So if you're going to be doing a mortgage loan with us and you open a checking or savings account and slide $2,500 into it, we'll give you $400 off closing costs. If you open an account and slide $100,000 or more over, we'll give you $1,000 off your closing costs. So just a few things that we do to try to help our customers here. And we, it's going to be a busy spring. We want them to win when they're in those multiple offer situations. So that's kind of why we devise some of these programs we have.
Love working with you, buddy. Scott, last thoughts, friend?
No, just along with what Mike was saying earlier, positioning yourself right now. If you have not got your lender squared away, go to applywithmike.com. He'll take care of you. Make sure you're all set. Because make no mistakes, folks, it is going to be a crazy spring with a lot of multiple offers and things moving quickly. So you want to have your ducks in a row.
Yeah. Last thought is, again, I shared a little prayer on my personal Facebook for Minneapolis, for the kind of the state of the world. Feel free to check that out, share that as well. Thinking of everybody during this time. Enjoy the weekend. Take care, everybody. Thank you, everybody. A fun time. Good job, you guys.
Very good.
Karen, thank you, Karen Lunzer. Charlie, is Charlie on the cruise? He says tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. So maybe they ported. And they just got to hit a plane sometime today, and they'll be back home tonight.
I want to go on a cruise.
You wouldn't make it on a cruise.
I've been on 2 of them.
You're kidding me.
2 cruises.
How in the world do they keep you on a boat? I cannot even.
What do you mean?
I can't even imagine. Well, and then I used to go on cruises back in the day because it was the only place you could go where you still didn't have access to your phone, so you could actually take vacation.
Yeah.
And now you
Oh, yeah.
now you can use your phone and everything. So, but I did like 6 cruises because it was like the only way
You could unplug.
actually get away.
That's part of the reason why I could do my ice fishing trip.
Yeah.
18 miles on the Lake of the Woods.
No, cell
Nothing
phone.
works.
No.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you. Mike will be here next weekend. We're going to be off, but we'll be back soon. Reach out anytime. Appreciate y'all joining us. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.